It started already.
Well, she's saved it up now for a couple weeks.
I guess so.
I know. It's been too long to keep it bottled up inside. It's not healthy.
She's going to burst. Be careful.
That's right. I could burst at any moment.
Oh no.
Uh,
Well, she's saved it up now for a couple weeks.
I guess
yeah.
Oh, it's been too long. Oh my gosh, I sound like that? Oh my
She's
god.
going to burst.
I could burst at any moment.
so. Oh
Oh
no.
my lord. Shut her
Hey.
up.
She's saved it up now for a couple weeks.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, that's I'm trying to get rid of that.
What?
All right.
Oh my gosh, I sound like that? Mommy. Oh my
It's
That'll,
okay.
that'll stop it.
What was it?
It was that I have it up twice. When I go live on YouTube, it's on the computer twice.
Okay.
I have to shut it off.
Well, we're just, this is only the 110th Catbird, so we're still figuring it out. The virtual Catbird. The 110th virtual Catbird. And sisters and brothers, welcome to it, and thank you for showing up. And thank all the talented folks that are here, as well as the legumes in the peanut gallery and the tubers on YouTube. And today's suggested theme is Memorial Day. And so, if you would like, we can talk about that. Of course, Memorial Day differs from Veterans Day. The Veterans Day is for all the veterans, and Memorial Day is only for the dead ones. So,
Technically, the ones who died.
I'm going to be actually, while we're on it, I'm going to be joining John Oliver on WATD tomorrow evening.
That's right.
And John, of course, won a Purple Heart during the Tet Offensive, and came back home and joined the front line of the peace movement here in the U.S. And he's recently had a heart attack and a stroke, and he is struggling back. But he's just a wonderful man, and I'm looking forward to sharing the evening with him.
He is. Yeah.
But we're going to start off with John McHugh, who writes "Back Home" at the Catbird again.
We missed him.
Yes, we did, especially Michelle.
We want John. We want John. We want John.
And then Mike Delaney would come, and then Pat Buckner, who informs us that he swapped with Cowboy. I guess Cowboy was number 3, and Pat was number 15, and now it is vice versa. For your information. So it's John McHugh, and then Mike, and then Pat. Ready to go, John?
Ready.
Give it up.
All right, give it up, John McHugh.
Thank you. Thank you. Not going to sing tonight. I'm going to read a letter. I think it's appropriate for Memorial Day. And I hope I don't start crying again in the middle of it, because I usually do. This is the last letter of Major Sullivan and Ballou, who was a major in the Union Army during the Civil War. 32-year-old attorney from Providence, Rhode Island, that was sent to Washington, D.C., wrote this letter just before Battle of Bull Run, where he was subsequently killed. And he didn't even get to send this to his wife. This was among his personal effects. It was given to her after he was dead. Headquarters, Camp Clark, Washington, D.C., July 14th, 1861. My very dear wife, indications are very strong that we shall move in a few days, perhaps tomorrow. Lest I should not be able to write you again, I feel impelled to write a few lines that may fall under your eye when I shall be no more. Our movement may be one of a few days' duration and full of pleasure, and it may be one of severe conflict and death to me. Not my will, but thine, O God, be done. If it is necessary that I should fall on the battlefield for any country, I am ready. I have no misgivings about, or lack of confidence in, the cause in which I am engaged, and my courage does not halt or falter. I know how strongly American civilization now leans upon the triumph of government, and how great a debt we owe to those who went before us, through blood and suffering of the Revolution, and I am willing, perfectly willing, to lay down all my joys in this life to help maintain this government and to pay that debt. But my dear wife, when I know that with my own joys I lay down nearly all of yours, and replace them in this life with care and sorrows, when, after having eaten for long years the bitter fruit of orphanage myself, I must offer it as their only sustenance to my dear little children, it is weak or dishonorable, while the banner of my purpose floats calmly and proudly in the breeze, that my unbounded love for you, my darling wife and children, should struggle in fierce, though useless, contest with my love of country. I cannot describe to you my feelings on this calm summer night, when 2,000 men are sleeping around me, many of them enjoying the last, perhaps, before that of death, and I, suspicious that death is creeping behind me with his fatal dart, am communing with God, my country, and thee. I have sought most closely and diligently, and often in my breast, for a wrong motive in this, hazarding the happiness of those I loved, and I could not find one. A pure love of my country and of the principles I have often advocated before the people, and the name of honor that I love more than I fear death, have called upon me, and I have obeyed. Sarah, my love for you is deathless. It seems to bind me with mighty cables, that nothing but omnipotence can break, and yet my love of country comes over me like a strong wind, and bears me irresistibly on, with all those chains, to the battlefield. The memories of all the blissful moments I have spent with you come crowding over me, and I feel most deeply grateful to God and you that I have enjoyed them so long, and how hard it is for me to give them up and burn to ashes the hopes of future years, when, God willing, we might still have lived and loved together and seen our boys grow up to honorable manhood around us. I know I have but few claims upon divine providence, but something whispers to me, perhaps it is the wafted prayer of my little Edgar, that I shall return to my loved ones unharmed. If I do not, my dear Sarah, never forget how much I love you, nor that, when my last breath escapes me on the battlefield, it will whisper your name. Forgive my many faults, and the many pains I have caused you. How thoughtless, how foolish I have oftentimes been. How gladly would I wash out with my tears every little spot upon your happiness, and struggle with all the misfortune of this world, to shield you and my children from harm. But I cannot. I must watch you from the spirit land, and hover near you while you buffet the storms with your precious little freight, and wait with sad patience till we meet to part no more. But, O Sarah, if the dead can come back to this earth and flit unseen around those they loved, I shall always be near you in the garish day and the darkest night, amidst your happiest scenes and gloomiest hours, always, always. And if the soft breeze fans your cheek, it shall be my breath, or the cool air cools your throbbing temples, it shall be my spirit passing by. Sarah, do not mourn me, dear, think I am gone, and wait for me, for we shall meet again. As for my little boys, they will grow as I have done, and never know a father's love and care. Little Willie is too young to remember me long, and my blue-eyed Edgar will keep my frolics with him among the dimmest memories of this childhood. Sarah, I have unlimited confidence in your maternal care and your development of their characters. Tell my two mothers I call God's blessing upon them. O Sarah, I wait for you there. Come to me and lead thither my children. Sullivan. That's it.
Wow. Oh my.
Powerful stuff.
Ah,
Yeah.
wow. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John McHugh.
That brings home Memorial Day.
Yeah, that it does. That it sure does.
Yeah, it does. All right. Our next performer is memorable in his own way. There he is now. There he is. All right. Good guy, of course, co-founder of the Rosendale Open Mic, and a good friend. Put your hands together, please, for Mr. Mike Delaney.
Thank you. So I picked out two songs in memory of Michael Troy. Michael was a singer-songwriter from Fall River, Troy was a stage name. Troy was the original name of Fall River, the original settler's name. And before he was a singer-songwriter, he was a fisherman, and this song was on my first CD. It goes back a ways. Don't ever turn your back on the deep blue sea. These are words my father once told me. He didn't spend many years going to school, but no one would ever take him for a fool. He could read the sky and the stars and the smell of the wind, and he knew you couldn't complete what you didn't begin. Michael, sing your boat far from the rocky shore, a beacon in the storm. That's what your song is for. Your lessons of the sea in our heart and in our blood. Michael, sing your boat. A boat is only as strong as your resolve. Your bond with the sea can never be dissolved. Stare each challenge right smack in the face. Hold back and you'll get stuck running in place. A shortcut will often take you that much longer. What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. Michael, sing your boat far from the rocky shore, a beacon in the storm. That's what your song is for. Your lessons of the sea in our heart and in our blood. Michael, sing your boat. Lighthouse, foghorn, sea spray, night storm. The salt of the sea is coursing through your veins, an ancient broth with a long forgotten name. It's in our sweat and pouring out in our tears. It's the sailor's lament sung for many years. We feel the song in our heart when you bring it to life. It cuts to the bone like the blade of a fisherman's knife. Michael, sing your boat far from the rocky shore, a beacon in the storm. That's what your song is for. Your lessons of the sea in our heart and in our blood. Michael, sing your boat. Michael, sing your boat.
Lovely.
Hey!
Thank you.
Woo!
Thanks. So my second song is brand new, and although you may have heard it at ROM, if you heard it at ROM, I hope you liked it because I'm going to play it again. It was inspired by a story that Michael Troy told me. name is Michael Troy. I'm a fisherman from New Bedford. I go long line sword fishing. Our boat is the Mary Edwards. We bait the hooks as they spool out. It goes on all night long. Hour after hour after hour, stay awake by singing songs. Hook after hook after hook, squid after squid after squid. Hour after hour after hour, all night long, it's what we did. You get into the rhythm, hook each goddamn squid. 40 miles of hooks, squishy, slippery squid. Scruffy Jim was baiting hooks, Skipper was in a hurry. Going a little faster than normal, it kinda had me worried. Hook after hook after hook, squid after squid after squid. Hour after hour after hour, all night long, it's what we did. Jim lost his focus, the hook tore into his palm. He was pulled over the gunnel, in a second he was gone. I jumped in to rescue him, but he was dragged under the sea. By the time I reached him, he was taken by the deep. Hook after hook after hook, squid after squid after squid. Hour after hour after hour, all night long, it's what we did. I had to call his widow, that was awful tough. Sadly, it would have been better if his hand had been ripped right off. We put Jim on the ice, what else could we do? Had to keep on fishing, had to see this through. We'll give him a tribute later, now there's work to be done. With one fewer man on deck and the hooks are ready to run. Hook after hook after hook, squid after squid after squid. Hour after hour after hour, all night long, it's what we did. Hook after hook after hook, squid after squid after squid. Hour after hour after hour, all night long, it's what we did.
Whoa.
Oh man,
Thank you.
good song though.
Yep, and got Mike to sing about him too.
Nice
So-
song, Mike.
Yeah,
Wow.
thank you.
Honoring him. Wow.
Yeah, he was quite.
Thank
He was.
you.
He was very talented, and he had cancer like 3 or 4 times, and it finally got him. Yeah, at 64.
Too young.
Not fair.
Well, okay, thank you. Mike Delaney, what do you think?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Now we're going to do Pat Buckner and then Michelle Abadia, and then we'll check into the Peanut Gallery to see how J-Nut is doing. And so there's Pat right now. And Pat, you come under the category of fresh meat here at the Catbird Café, and we're glad to have you aboard. So people, please join me in a nice, warm Catbird welcome for Pat Buckner.
Thanks very much. I was supposed to join in last week, but I had to go to a celebration of life, and this is one of the songs that I played there. This was written by a Vancouver songwriter named Wickham Porteous. He's a very fine writer. It's called Take My Hand. I was walking through a vineyard, fell upon a stone. Just along the river where everybody goes, I felt the world around me disappear inside the flow. Just beneath the surface, you could feel the undertow. Take my hand and pull me up. Help me to find kindness and all that other stuff. I'll take the blame for what it's worth. For you I'd swim the mighty ocean, I'd walk across the earth. Saw myself, I was laughing over memory and time. I noticed I was leaving, and the blood was just like wine. There was food upon the table, not a place where I could sit. Not a word was spoken, and it didn't hurt a bit. Take my hand, pull me up. Help me to find kindness and all that other stuff. I'll take the blame for what it's worth. For you I'd swim the deepest oceans, I'd walk across the earth. Now when you fall and I don't catch you, it's not for lack of trust. I'm just weaker than I should be as these bones turn into dust. But all the stars are where they should be, so far and out of reach. And all the lessons that I've forgotten, they're the ones I used to teach. Take my hand and pull me up. Help me to find kindness and all that other stuff. I'll take the blame for what it's worth. For you I'd swim the mighty oceans, I'd walk across the earth. I was walking through a vineyard, I fell upon a stone. Just along that river where everybody goes.
That was great.
Wow, very nice, Pat.
Thank you. I'll just make a little switch here. So this next song comes out of actually a virtual songwriting workshop about a month ago. We were challenged to write a verse in 5 minutes by the instructor. Her name is Cozy Sheridan. Some of you probably know her, and that's where this song started. It's called "It's Too Quiet Here Today." It's too quiet here today. I can hear my days ticking away. Now that you're gone, I wish you'd stay. It's too quiet here today. It's too cold outside. Now I really wonder how much I tried. Chilly wind blew our love aside. It's far too cold outside. Never worried about the bridges I crossed. Everything I set aside, all the friends I lost. Now it seems I've lost my way. It's far too quiet here today. Something bitter, oh, fills the air. Well, I wonder how much I really cared. Could have tried harder, laid myself bare. Something so bitter in the air. It's too dark everywhere I turn. Now I wonder how much I really learned. Could have done better, showing more concern. It's far too dark everywhere I turn. Never worried about the bridges I crossed. Everything I set aside, all the friends I lost. Now it seems that I've lost my way. It's far too quiet here today. No regrets, that's what they say. But it's far too quiet here today. Too bitter and too cold, too quiet and too alone. Far too quiet here today. Far too quiet here today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a great song.
Lovely.
That
Yep.
is a fantastic song.
Yes, it is.
Pat Buckner, ladies.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks very much.
Thank you for being here,
Traded
Pat.
my,
Hope you come
I
back.
traded my spot for that. Aren't you glad I did?
I'm sure glad you did, yeah, because I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave in a little while because I double booked myself because of last week's
That was
switch rounds.
beautiful.
Thanks a bunch.
Yes, it was. Both those
I'm
songs. are
so glad you
beautiful.
made it tonight. That's great.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Well, I'll be able to hang around for at least another half hour or so, maybe catch everybody once around. Thanks a bunch.
Excellent.
And do come back when, for future reference, the Sign Up Genius sheet gets posted on Monday mornings between 9 and 9:30 Eastern Time. A little early for you maybe, but that's when it goes up. So if you can watch for it on Mondays, watch the Catbird Facebook page or private message me in the chat your, well, never mind, I've got your email address here on the sign up. So if you'd like, I can put you on my list where I alert people by email.
Sure, I can set an alarm.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Thanks a bunch.
Thank
Great.
you.
All right. Let's move on to Michelle, after which, as I say, we're going to check in with Janet, and then it'll be Angela and Tom and Dan. Michelle.
Michelle.
A remarkable woman. She's been singing all her life, and she's also a French teacher. And there's a bunch of other stuff about her too. The list goes on and on. Please join me in putting our hands together for the lovely and talented Michelle Abadia.
Hey, Michelle.
Hello. Hi. Pat, that was fantabulous. I've heard you before, and you rock. So, I'm not within the theme, sorry, but I'm gonna do two songs that I think I've done before, but not for a while. So, let's see. What are you doing the rest of your life? North and south and east and west of your life. I have only one request of your life, that you spend it all with me. All the seasons and the times of your days, all the nickels and the dimes of your days. Let the reasons and the rhymes of your days all begin and end with me. I see your face in every kind of light, in fields of dawn and forests of the night. And if you stand before the candles on a cake, oh, let me be the one to hear the silent wish you make. Those tomorrows waiting deep in your eyes, in that world of love you keep in your eyes. I'll awaken what's asleep in your eyes. It may take a kiss or two, throb of my life. Winter, summer, spring and fall of my life. All I ever will recall of my life is all my life
Wow.
Oh, that was so beautiful.
Typically stunning.
Yes.
Nice. Wow, very nice.
She's always
Wow. Love it.
Oh, thank you so kindly. Oh, you guys are too fantabulous. Thank you. All right. Now, I haven't played this one in a while, so there may be some guitar blues, but stars shining right above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me. Warm, I'm alone and blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear. Still craving your kiss. I'm waiting to linger till dawn, dear. Just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams to leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear. Still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear. Just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams to leave all worries far behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Doobie doo ah ba da ba da 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 da. Dream a little dream of me.
This woman gives meaning to the word fantabulous. Michelle Abadia, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Michelle.
Yep. You know, what can you say?
What can you say?
Hey, folks, sorry I was late. Is there a virtual punishment for that? What is flagged?
No.
Dare you?
You have to get in line, Bob.
Position.
Yep, you don't show up and you don't call, then you get the virtual.
Well, the first time is you get publicly humiliated. The second time you get a noogie, and the third time you get a lesson. So it's all virtual,
All
of
virtual,
course.
of course.
Yes.
I was late too, but I'm here.
Yes, hi Sue.
Hi, Sue.
Welcome.
Good to
Hi.
see you.
Hi, Sue.
I have a note explaining my absence.
Good.
Were you out in the meadow?
Were you out in the meadow?
Yeah, that was it. I was out searching for grasshoppers.
Okay. All right, we're going to trip over to Israel right now, and then after that we have Angela and Tom Maynard. Angela and Dan. Tom Maynard has offered to switch with Dan. If you would like it to go Angela, then Dan, then Tom. What do you say?
Oh, no, it's okay. Put Tom in there. It's fine. In a way, it's better because there's things I have to rearrange, with all this stuff. So
Okay.
It's fine. It's
All
fine.
right. That is the kind of guy Tom is, though.
Thank you, Tom. You're sweet.
Yep. All right, Janet, where are you?
J-Nut.
Hiding.
There you are. And it's hot there in Israel, is it?
It's summer. The temperatures are 70s, 80s.
But it's a dry heat.
Matching humidity.
Matching humidity.
Wow.
Not a
Huh.
dry heat. Yeah.
It doesn't seem to make
No,
sense.
when it gets to summer here, your choices, you have to decide whether you're going to dissolve or melt.
Okay. Well, hopefully you'll just soften up a little bit and then
I've
re-gel.
always been a little soft.
Me too. What else is going on?
Hmm. Not too much.
You have family over there? Or is it all in America?
My sister and one daughter and three grandsons and a slew of cousins are in the States. This is a funny story. My father swore he didn't have family.
Huh.
When I came to Israel, we tracked down cousins. Turns out that it's not, he doesn't have family here. He has it's someplace between a tribe and a clan.
Oh boy.
Okay.
The whole spectrum from non-religious to ultra-religious and everything in between. I had friends that I didn't know were cousins.
Oh my.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez. That's impressive.
But,
Wow, that is. Well,
Yeah.
good. Thanks for sharing your story.
Yes.
That's fun.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Janet. And hopefully we'll see you next week.
So.
Well, I guess it's not quite the same without you.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Angela Land.
Angela and Dan. Go.
There she is. Looking all summery. How you doing?
Okay, how you all doing?
Okay.
Crazy week, huh? Boy, tell ya. The world is
All
getting
right,
very, very
sisters
crazy.
and brothers, give it up, please, for Angela Mashali.
Hey, Angela.
So, I wrote a new song, and I'm going to try it out here for the first time. It's called Bodily Autonomy, My Choice. And it's in response to the Supreme Court threatening to overturn Roe versus Wade. I want to put these headphone things on, I forgot. So I can hear myself. I'm not used to all this stuff. Okay, better, okay. Okay, so bodily autonomy. Mary thinking she'll marry, wedding in Kentucky, finds herself expecting. The guy bolts, gets cold feet. See you later. Heaven forbid. Too bad she doesn't have the means. Guess she'll have to grin and bear it. Tina with 2 jobs, earning a college degree, breaks out on a day. Next day forgets the pill, ends up pregnant in Texas. Heaven forbid. Too bad she doesn't have the means. Guess she'll have to grin and bear it. Bodily autonomy, my choice. Bodily autonomy, my life, my life, my life. 16, she finds herself pregnant. So part of her parents go with her. They fly to the Big Apple, ending all her worries. She's lucky she has the means. She's lucky and she's relieved. She is relieved. Barbara has 2 kids, jobless and divorced. Out with a man, drinks and blacks out. Now 6 weeks pregnant in Oklahoma. Heaven forbid, too bad she doesn't have the means. I guess she'll have to grin and bear it. Bodily autonomy, my choice. Bodily autonomy, my life, my life, my life. Jan is 45, married with kids, cancer survivor. Thought she could not get pregnant. Now a doctor in Alabama, he won't help her. Heaven forbid, too bad she doesn't have the means. Oh, I guess she'll have to grin and bear it. Melinda with 3 kids has an office affair, both married and scared. Rather than destroy 2 families, she flies to Boston and has an abortion. She's lucky she has the means. She's lucky and she's relieved. She is relieved. Bodily autonomy, my choice. Bodily autonomy, my life, my life, my life. Holly on medications, a trauma history, acting out her sexuality, emotionally unstable in the state of Mississippi. Heaven forbid, too bad she doesn't have the means. Oh, I guess she'll have to grin and bear it. Selena, 17, from a Christian family, unsympathetic to her knees. crosses the border to Tijuana. Abortion, less than surgical clinic, infertile now for life. Bodily autonomy, my choice, my choice. Bodily autonomy, my life, my life, my life.
Bodily autonomy. Great song. Are you gonna?
And, you know, words, and then I just started writing music.
Yeah. Do you think you're gonna play that on the 26th?
I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I was gonna do a poem, but I think I'm gonna switch and do that. And women now speak, those two songs.
Yes, yeah,
Awesome.
that'd be incredibly
I think I should do
appropriate.
that. Yeah, I think I should.
And for those of you who don't know what the hell we're talking about, the Musicians for the Greater Good will be having its monthly concert on June 26th.
Sunday.
It's a Sunday from 5 to 7 p.m. And it will be all about abortion rights. It seems to me that a lot of these anti-choicers, they care a lot about you before you're born, but then after you're born, you're on your own.
Yeah.
And also Kathy Donlin will be the MC for that evening, and we hope to have all women performers. So we're working on that, and you can find out more about that by going to the Musicians for the Greater Good website or Facebook page, and there'll be a link there so that you can watch the whole thing on YouTube. All right, I'll shut up now.
Or mind. This is a song that I often play on Memorial Day. I've played it with John Oliver at one of the peace festivals. That we've done many peace festivals together. So this is called Casualties of War. I hobble single foot down the boardwalk home. Crutches docked to my arms, I'm the star-spangled blown. I do not sleep in this endless night of dark drumming sounds in my head. I roll upon the floor, an imaginary hellfire. I am not counted as a casualty of war. My photo isn't on the TV screen, the sacrificed, the numbers game, the god of war. Deployment finish line, they test my state of mind. And I answer, tell them all everything is fine. But I do not sleep counted as a casualty of war. I am not counted as a casualty of war.
Another great song.
Really
Angela Mishali.
beautiful, Angela.
Outstanding.
Jeez, that's great.
Yep. And what a voice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Always.
But she took lessons.
Oh.
So that's
Took lessons when I was 16 for 6 months. That's true.
it shows.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff.
All right. Thank you, Angela. Let's go see what Tom Maynard's up to.
Tom!
There he is.
All
It's
right, there he
Tom.
is.
Hello,
All right.
Tom.
All right.
Oh, Tom. Yay, Tom.
Go, Tom.
Yay, Tom.
Oh, Tom.
Yay, Tom.
Yay, Tom. Swoon. Woo! Ooh, yeah. Hello.
All right, good. Calm down, Michelle.
Hey, I'm calm. I'm totally calm. Absolutely calm.
All right. Listen, ladies and germs, it's Tom Maynard.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much. I've been struggling with the events of the last week, and so I thought I would do a pair of songs that are kind of bookending songs. The first one, I never would have thought to combine these two, but there you go. So this is the first one is something I call Father's Song, written for my 3 boys. Yeah, let's see how it goes here. It was your birthday. I hate it when harmony pedals do what they're not supposed to do. Okay. It was your birthday, and you were just 1 minute old. All that I felt then seemed more than one heart could hold. I looked in your crystal blue eyes. There I saw the infinite skies, to the source of all love. When I saw the first breeze in your hair, I breathed deep and smelled you, touched you through your scent in the air. I bent with the weight of my need to be more than I believed I ever could be. Ooh. It was then that I knew beyond doubt the universe had changed forever, and with it so had I. I was your father. I watch you standing as you're looking out of the door. Only a step lies between now and all that's in store. You have been yearning to fly into that infinite sky. Oh, and all I can hope for is that I have given enough. All I have taught you, the lessons were grounded in love. I've given you all I can give. Now this is your time to live. It holds so much promise. Be free now, and now beyond shadow of doubt, the universe is changing forever, and with it so shall I. I am your father.
That's nice, Tom.
Oh,
Oh,
lovely.
lovely.
Beautiful.
So good.
So, given the events of thank you. So, given the events of the last week, I've been sort of standing in the shoes of the parents standing outside the elementary school, and so the second song is a song I wrote just this last year after the death of my father and my sister, but it could certainly be a song of grief and sorrow from one of the parents from this past week. It's called Breathing. And I can't get my pedal to work again. All right, there we go. Sorry, so this is called Breathing. I have a photograph from not long ago. It's like I saw you again out of the corner of my eye. Can I go back? Can I touch these things? When it feels like all I've lost will bury me in sorrow. How do I keep on breathing? How do I keep on breathing? Can I find a light? Can I find the way? In my mind I see that smile and the sparkle in your eye, and I'm lost again as my vision swims. Iron will might push it down, but for how long? How do I keep on Just the taste of tears and a ragged breath. How do I go on breathing? Tell me, how can I keep on breathing?
Really touching.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, what a wonderful song. Tom Maynard, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Terrific. Beautiful songs.
Beautiful.
Yes. All right, let's go back to Angela and Dan's house. And there's Dan right now. And he is our poet in resident and just an all-around nice guy. Give it up, please, for Dan Zampino.
Thank you. I would like to read two poems, but I also have to make a statement. I have appalled by what happened once again this week. And I'd like to, one of the things that has come up over and over again is that when you tell a lie enough times, people start to take it as truth. The lie that we are told repeatedly is that individuals have a right to firearms. They don't under our Constitution. They don't under our Constitution have a right to firearms. The Second Amendment reads, the right of the people, that's a collective, shall not be infringed, and it's tied to a clause. As a well-regulated militia is necessary for the security of a free state, the right of the people shall not be infringed. That means you have to be a part of a militia to have a constitutional right to a firearm. And what is a firearm? Is it a bazooka, an atomic weapon? We can take AR-15s and other assault weapons off the table constitutionally. All that we need is the will to do it. And this kid, and there are many like him, shall have no constitutional right to firearms. The NRA convention yesterday was an abomination, and they should be sanctioned. Fortunately, they're shutting down their concert because none of the performers want to perform after what happened. So that's one sliver of good news. I would like to do two poems, one of which is directly on topic. I've done it before, not in a while. In 2006, I was sitting in a bakery on Memorial Day and watching people basically run around and have a good time while we were in a state of war. And I contrasted that with my own personal experience. 4 years before I was born, my uncle was killed at age 19 at the Battle of Saipan on Tinian Island. He was killed by a Japanese sniper. And my mother was grieved. She had been his basically the person who signed the papers for him to join the Marines at that time. So war never became a glorious event in my family, as you could imagine. So I wrote this poem in his honor in 2006, and I called it, fittingly, Sitting in a Bakery on Memorial Day. Sitting in a bakery on Memorial Day, the day set aside for the fallen dead. And I'm reminded of my mother when I was a child, who used to visit the grave of her younger brother, a combat Marine, killed in the Battle of Saipan when he was 19. Memorial Day, and she would lay a wreath of flowers at his Bronx resting place. There was no happiness, no sunlight when the relived end of his life when she relived the end of his life, what he might have been before he was felled by a sniper doing his sniper's work. When I was born 4 years after he died, I had become the hope of what he wasn't. Now my mother is also buried, and here I sit in a bakery on Memorial Day in a new century, and the president of these times tells us there is an eternal war, a war without end. Again, soldiers are far away, fighting, being felled by snipers doing their sniper's work. But it is different. In the bakery, people are everywhere smiling, indifferent to the tremor of faraway death. The president tells us to ignore it, since it might depress his popularity. There is, as we know, no wartime economy. There are no victory gardens, no special reverence for injured veterans, appendages of the men and women they were when they left. No one knows why they are where they are, fighting. The president certainly doesn't, or else he'd tell us. Yet he assures us the war is internal and that our enemies are in the shadows, mutating like HIV. He'd rather we ignore the battlefield conflagrations and the parade of orphans, since his presidential mandate, which we demand of him, is to confabulate that the children inside the bakery must continue to smile, their parents immersed in the sunlight of gratuity. The coffee is hot, the pastries are flush with sugar. It is all that matters. Speech-making, a momentary presidential homage, commandeers the bravery of war, but only at a distance, ignoring the inconvenience that the warrior's enterprise is to kill. Warriors, after all, are children of Cain. The sound of the bullet that felled my uncle several wars ago, I can still hear. Like a zip, followed by a gentle thud. It is as caustic as a half-crazed bird flying into a window. I never knew what he, my mother's brother, might have been. He died before I was born, yet he will live even after I die. I know this since this is Memorial Day and I'm sitting in a bakery where the coffee is hot and the children, flush with sugar, are smiling. Thank you.
Orphans.
Orphans, what a word.
Thank you. And I think although I have deep sympathies for the people of Ukraine, I think we should remind ourselves of this. I call this poem Peace. And I wrote this for the peace concerts that were held in Rockport when John Olivier used to join Angela and I up there. We did a number of them. I call this Peace. Einstein once said that we cannot preach peace and prepare for war. He who unlocked the foundations of matter and energy that was induced to produce the arms for ultimate Armageddon. We cannot preach enlightenment and wrap a girdle of weapons around our planet. This is a principle of metaphysics, and as the prophet once said, he who is without knowledge of metaphysics is an ass. To excuse the declarations of war under the banner of my God can beat up your God is a confluence of tomfoolery disguising itself as truth. We cannot preach peace and prepare for war. But imagine, if you will, illumination as improbable as Einstein's, rescued from this earthbound girdle of weaponry. A ripple of sunlight as a quintessential discovery that if for one skip of a gap A half a heart skip within a heartbeat. It freezes our wayward pursuits of happiness, our digressions of money, power, sex, knowledge, and with Einstein's eyes, we look into the interwoven fabric of being, beyond the quagmires of daily living, permitting this thinnerest most of slivers of sunlight to enter us, this gentle wisp of truth before it is gone. Gone. Like the tail of a comet, it sprinkles us with the verisimilitude of all that really matters. Peace is the sunlight of all existence. War is the darkness. This is the law of God, truth, and it is simple. We cannot preach peace and prepare for war. Thank you.
Truth. Dan Zampino. And,
Thank you, Dan.
and Dan's introductory remarks were right on. Some of you may know that Dan's also a lawyer, so he knows that of which he speaks. Thank you, Dan. All right, we're moving on now to Marianne McAllister, and then we're going to go to the Peanut Gallery and talk to Jade. And
No, Jade's performing. She's not Peanut Gallery.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But she'll be performing next.
She'll be performing. Okay, so
After Marianne.
we'll see. Yeah, we'll go. we'll after Marianne, we'll go talk to Sue in the Peanut Gallery, and then we'll come back, and Jade will sing. And I don't know, maybe I should have a puff or something. Put your hands together, please,
Of course.
for Marianne McAllister.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope my sound's okay. I'm doodling with it and trying different things, so.
Sounds good so far.
Okay, thanks. Songs this week. I picked this one up, Carole King's song, and actually it kind of happened because Thursday my daughter turned 30, and I'm actually more traumatized on her behalf, than mine. I was more okay with me turning 30 than her turning 30, because anyway. And then there's the whole thing of your kid is going to be making the 29-year-old jokes. It's like, that's like weird, right? So anyway, there's that. And my son being a school teacher and watching this stuff happen. And we do have to go to war. At some point, we have to fight. How to do it cleanly and how to do it right is the really hard thing. But if we stand by, and I'm going to keep talking here, but Stephen, at one point, we were doing the Native American Women's Fund, and this is like 2 or 3 weeks before, and I had asked, "Oh, are you Native American?" And you said, "Well, no, I just back the cause." And what I didn't respond at that point was that it was in the 90s even, and I was talking to my kids about bullies and stuff, and I said, it's not up to the victim to stand up to the bully. It's the bystander. The bystander is the person who has to step in and say, this is wrong. Because otherwise you're just victim shaming, if you say that the victim has to do it. And that's really the person who can take the stand and say, this is wrong. And that's who's going to speak to that's who the bully's going to hear more than the victim, as well as enough bystanders say, this is wrong. Anyway, this is Carole King, Only Love Is Real. As I bask in the glow of a just lit fire, feeling the warmth as the flame grows higher, I think it's true that nothing is really new under the sun. Watching a new love grow from old love's embers. Yesterday's gone, but today remembers. Doesn't it seem to come down to the same for everyone? Only love is real. Everything else illusion. at being alive, tracing a line till we can define the thing that allows us to feel only love is real. Childhood dreams like muddy waters flowing through me to my son and daughter. Everything I ever thought is confirmed to be truth to me. Even as I see the way that I want to go now, still I had wished I had known what I know now. Maybe I could have spared you from giving your youth to me. Only love is real, everything else illusion, adding to the confusion of the way we connive at being alive, tracing a line till we can define the thing that allows us to feel only love is real, only love.
Well done. Well done. Oh, your guitar might be a little loud. We could still hear your vocals plainly, but yeah. There we go. And also, what were you, like 11 when you had that child?
Right, 28. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
This next song I actually put into the rep. I've done it off and on. It's Edvard Grieg's Solveig song from Peer Gynt. And to me, it's a very interesting Memorial Day song. So here we go. And the spring disappear, the spring disappear. Coming through? The summer too will vanish, and then the year, and then the year. But this I know for certain, you'll come back again, you'll come back again. And even as I promised, you'll find me waiting then, you'll find me waiting then. God help you when wandering your way all alone, your way all alone. God grant you his strength as as you kneel at his throne, as you kneel at his throne. If you are in heaven, they're waiting there for me, in heaven for me. Then we shall meet again, love and never parted be, and never parted be.
Oh, that was nice.
Oh, that's so gorgeous.
Amazing,
That was glorious.
amazing. Marianne McAllister. Wow. If it makes you feel any better, Marianne, my oldest daughter is 55, so.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
No way.
Marianne,
No way.
Marianne, that was beautiful. But just to give you a little feedback, this is the first time that I've ever heard something that was kind of like a staticky sound, and it seemed to be connected with your vocals. So if you're playing around with different things, I just wanted to give you that feedback.
No, thank you. That's what I need to know.
It's the same issue, actually. Yeah, you were breaking up a little bit. Just a matter of volume.
Okay, I've got the volume turned up. I'm starting to wonder now. I replaced the snowball. Now I'm wondering if it's my computer. So this is something I got to work with.
You know what? It
wasn't bad. You
sounds
just
better
make it
on the
up.
second song than the first. And you raised it up for the second song.
Yes.
So it was better or worse on the second song?
Well, the guitar was better the second song.
Guitar was better in the second song.
I thought
the voice,
the
yes.
issue, to my ear, the issue was present on both.
Okay.
Not much. Not much.
And Marianne, are you plugged in?
That's
Like
Bob's.
an Ethernet cable?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
We're
like
here to help.
you're not using Wi-Fi, right?
I'm Wi-Fi.
Oh, see, I swear that's 9/10 of any issue. When you
Okay.
start
Yeah,
to
I
break
agree.
up or you have anything, it's usually a bandwidth issue.
The bandwidth. Okay.
Because it's never happened before.
Ah, okay. Well, it's been last couple of weeks, so okay. This is good to know, though, and I'll work with distances too, because if it was better on the guitar, worse on the voice when I put it up, that's almost maybe even a proximity. So I got to work on this. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Marianne.
Full time, but thanks.
Yeah, that was all right. Peanut Gallery. Hey, Sushan. What's up with your bad self?
Oh, I'm so sick of all the injustice and misery in the world. Oh, all the suffering. It's amazing.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
I have a song to sing,
Cool.
and it's totally off topic, and it's totally frivolous, and it's about a racehorse.
Cool.
I just wanted a little escapism. It's an oldie but a goodie, Stu Ball.
Ah, yes.
Just an old song. So I thought I'd give it a try. But other than that, everything's okay.
All right. Give it up for Sushan.
Sushan.
I have to get in the right key though. Oh, Stu Ball was a good horse. He wore a high hat. I think I'm too high. And the mane on his foretop was as fine as silk thread. I rode him in England. I rode him in Spain. And in don't bet your money on that little gray mare. Most likely she'll stumble, most likely she'll fall, but you never will lose, boys, on my nobles to ball. As they were riding about halfway around, that gray mare she stumbled and fell on the ground. And away out yonder, ahead of them all, came a prancing and dancing, my nobles to ball. Whoa, I just lost it at the end. That's it.
Sue Shaw.
All right, Sue.
Your voice continues to recover and get better.
Thanks.
Well, you kind of lost confidence there at one point, but yeah. But are you well?
I'm fine. I'm pretty
Okay,
fine.
good. Good.
I could complain, but I won't.
Won't do any good.
Couldn't we?
No, I'm doing fine. Turned 73. I just turned 73, and my daughter is going to be 35. So.
All right. Yeah. My youngest daughter is 30, I think.
No, she's older than 30.
30 something.
Probably 35.
Yeah. You know, I'm so old. Nothing.
We're all getting it.
Yes, we are, and we're surviving, and it's better than the alternative.
We're making it right. We are making it.
Yep. All right.
All right, going on
Thank
to
you,
Jade
lady.
now. Thank you.
Hey, Jade.
Where is Mary?
Mary.
Where is she? I keep losing that. There it is.
Here you are.
There you are.
Hey, there she is.
And
Nope.
oops,
wrong,
hold on.
Wrong Mary. It just keeps jumping around.
That's okay.
All right.
Okay, there she is.
Hello.
And are you at Mary Ann's house?
Yes.
That's Mary Ann Sullivan, folks, not Mary Ann McAllister. Hi, Mary Ann.
She's like me. I really don't want to be seen. I just want to be heard.
Oh, you're looking great.
Yeah, you look great.
Yep.
Yep, good to see you, Jade.
You think so?
All right. Well, let's all put our little hands together for Jade.
So I guess the first song will be one for Memorial Day. This past Wednesday, I went to my brother's memorial. He was a Vietnam vet, so we had that on Wednesday. Yeah, my brother's, he passed away in November, and we finally were able to get together for that. And he got the honor guard, so that was interesting. And I got the flag. I don't know what to do with the flag. They gave me the flag. I don't know what to do. That I have it. So anyway, so I wrote this song, for all that served, but I particularly wrote this about women who have served. It's called Janie Came Home Today. Janie, she wanted to serve, just like those before her, donning the uniform, feeling like she belonged. Janie, she was deployed, her family felt the void, they were all missing her. She was so far away, They got to see her again, her family and her friends. Soon she had to go back, another tour in Iraq, leaving them all behind, though they were on her mind. They were so far away, but on her mind each day. Oh no, I forgot my. Let me see. I didn't even rehearse this much. Janie went off to war. What were we fighting for? She was a good soldier, following her orders. Well, Janie came home today. This time she's home to stay. Wait for her plane to come in. See the plate draped coffin. She was so far away, but now she's home to stay. Janie came home today.
Great song, Dave.
Yeah, I screwed up in the middle. I might play that again sometime.
Oh, please do.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a great song.
it is.
So anyways, as we all know, we're dealing with the shootings at schools again, and it's just devastating and tragic. I wrote this after Sandy Hook, and as we know, there have been many more. And our lame-ass representatives are doing nothing to help the situation or to change the way things are. You know, all they care about is their power and their influence and their money. You know, so it's very upsetting. I work at an elementary school, and I worry. You know, you think it can never happen wherever you are, but that's what everybody thinks. So.
Word up.
It's called There Are Those Times. There are those times when I don't understand. I can't comprehend what has happened. And there are those times when I search my mind. No answer can I find that will ease my mind. And there are those times when I may question why, and all I can do is cry, cry, cry. There are those days when I don't want to hear, 'cause you'll annihilate all I hold dear. And there are those days when I don't want to feel, 'cause everything in life is just too real. And there are those days when I don't want to see, 'cause everywhere I look, it doesn't please me. I cry and cry. No murderous, so murderous. They wanna hurt us. And there are those minds so full of pain, they turn it inside out and they go insane. Yeah, there are those minds so full of hate, we don't realize until it's too late. And cry and cry. There's no reason why. Cry and cry. There are those times.
They sure are.
Oh, yeah.
Singer-songwriter extraordinaire.
Dave. All right, thank you, Dave.
Fantastic.
Very good song.
All right. Any of you who have the list realize that Mark Bishop Evans was scheduled to be next, and then he's specified providing I still have internet, and obviously he does not because he's in the process of moving from California to Arizona.
That's right.
And so he's probably on the road right now as we speak, and he'll be back with us next week. I am up next, followed by Phil Hunt and Joanna Katzen. But before any of that, a word from our sponsor.
Ta-da! So, as you know, except for maybe some of our fresh meat, one of the main reasons we're here is to support the New England Wildlife Center. We're also here to support the music community and to spend time together and enjoy each other's company. But New England Wildlife Center is a great cause, and we are doing great work. Hard to say we, because the people that are doing the great work on site in the buildings and on the rescue missions that leave the building and collect the injured and orphaned wild animals are doing incredible yeoman's work, and they are just really to be commended. And the organization has grown tremendously from one location in Weymouth now to 2 locations, one on the Cape, and incredible work being done right at this time. As you might expect, it's baby animal land. They're getting orphaned animals, ducklings, goslings, cygnets, all kinds of fowl babies, and right now they're all of a sudden they have a groundhog set of orphaned babies to take care of. So yeah, and they're adorable. I do hope you're all looking at the if you're on Facebook, looking at the New England Wildlife Center and Cape Wildlife Facebook pages, because there's some very interesting but also fun and adorable stuff that goes on those pages. Anyway, we hope you will donate whenever you can. We appreciate that you have donated as much as you have, and the way to donate is either at anywildlife.org. Donate button is right on the homepage, or to send a check to New England Wildlife Center, 500 Columbian Street, South Weymouth, Massachusetts, 02190. And Ivy says, please do too. All right, thank you. And now I'm going to introduce Stephen Martin.
Well, aren't you lucky?
And I'm also going to turn it on to record. Wait a minute. Where is record?
I give up.
There it is.
Well, all right. Are we live?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Everyone else is muted. So anyway, introducing Stephen Martin.
Thank you very much. As I said, tomorrow night I'm going to be on WATD with John Oliver, who is one of my heroes, and This is one of his songs. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. It happens every day. You know that it's the truth. So every night while we sleep, another soldier dies. How long must this go on? Doesn't anybody care? You know, they're just too young. It really isn't fair. Every night while we sleep, another soldier dies. Well, maybe it's their land. Or maybe it's the oil. But all I see is sand and blood upon the soil. Oh, every night while we sleep, another son will die. The Congress is so weak. The government has stalled. The senators can't see the writing on the wall. Every night while we sleep, another father dies. It's time to take a stand. The truth is evident. We have to understand the silence is consent. Every night while we sleep, another mother cries. Every night while we sleep, another soldier dies.
Stephen.
that
Very
song
nice job.
justice.
Yeah, you really nailed that one.
You really do it justice. Don would be proud.
And now, if you'll bear with me, I'd like to read, and I think it's a particularly powerful passage from John's novella. We regret to inform you. It's about two of his friends over during the Tet Offensive in Nam, David and Jesse. Jesse was a black man. Then Jesse said something that truly surprised me. He said, "Do you mean that white guys and black guys can walk down the street together in your town?" I was shocked, to say the least. Here he was, risking his life for a country that wouldn't even let him walk on the same side of the street as white people. What the hell was that all about? I was reminded of Phil Oak's song, "Here's to the State of Mississippi." I realized that in spite of everything Jesse and I had in common, here was something we differed on 100%. I would never fight for a country that did that to me. Never. There was no way I would allow him to continue to think that such things went on all over America. I confirmed that he could indeed walk down the street with me in my hometown, and that soon we would be doing just that. He didn't seem to believe me, but I knew that he trusted me. We finished our food and heard the lieutenant calling us. The platoon was heading out. Jesse's squad was leading, and I was to be on point. As the lieutenant, Jesse, and I stood together, I heard a couple of soft explosions to my left about 100 yards away. Friendly fire, I thought. I was wrong. The explosions blew me into the air, and I fell to the ground on my hands and knees. My left foot was numb, and blood was dripping onto the ground from my right eye. I closed my left eye and stared down to the ground. Miraculously, I could see out of the eye that was bleeding. I crawled right through a thorn bush to get away from any more explosions. Laredo and Lafayette came and picked me up and carried me back to the platoon. The lieutenant had been hit but was still in control of his men. He ordered them to secure a perimeter for a dust-off, which they did. I asked for Jesse. I was told he was okay. I was losing a lot of blood and drifting in and out of consciousness. The lieutenant told someone to put more bandages on my legs. Soon the medevac came, and Laredo, Lafayette, and others carried me to the chopper. Once more I asked for Jesse, and this time there was no reply. They put me in the helicopter and told me I had the $1 million wound, the one that would get me home. I hoped that they were right. After I was placed in the chopper, I was surprised that it did not take off. It remained there, not ascending. The men then brought Jesse and laid him beside me. He was not moving. I looked him over and could only find a small hole in the chest of his flak jacket. Jesse was gone. He had given his life for a country that wouldn't allow him to walk down the streets. I reached over and held on to him. I wished I could talk to him one more time. I wanted to say that I was telling the truth, that there really is a place in America where black and white men can walk down the street together. The name of that town was Braintree. When the chopper landed, I was still holding on to Jesse. I did not want to let go. They gently pulled him from my grasp, and a second scar was etched into my soul. David and Jesse were now together. Written by John Oliver.
Oh, that's powerful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very
It
powerful.
was. And the book is out of print, but the audiobook is available on Amazon if you are interested. Okay, we're moving on. Let me switch here while I introduce our next performer, Mr. Phil Hunt.
And 1 second, folks, I've got to shut off the recording. Okay. Thanks. Now, Spotlight Phil. Here we go. There he is.
Hi, Phil. What you got?
Hey, Phil.
Evening, everyone.
How you feeling?
No real discomfort, a heavy fatigue, but not too bad. I've tried to do a little yard work down at Patty's house, but it doesn't take much to just knock me out. It's like every cell in my body is tired. I hope that fades after the radiation is over. I've had 23 sessions, got 2 more to go. Wednesday is my last day of radiation.
All right. Good for you, man.
We'll see how things go after that. I've got to, keep getting scans to make sure that it doesn't grow back. It was really like having an alien thing. It was an alien thing, I guess.
I know the feeling. I just have had 10 sessions, and so I got a long way to go, and I'm not looking forward to the cumulative fatigue that you report.
I told it to leave me alone. It said, "Hey, you got a lot of nerve. You're a cancer too," because I'm, July 2nd birthday. And
okay.
Even my malignancies have my sense of humor.
What's your sign? All right. Hey, folks, give it up for Phil Hunt.
We got a couple of brief but nice heavy downpours in this neighborhood today, and it was nice to hear Furnace Brook actually running again. There's been so little precip that it was just pretty low, pretty dry. And I've done this song a couple times at the Veterans Day Catbird things that we would put on way back when, in those glory days. And but I think it's applicable to this too. And people mistake it sometimes. They think it's an anti-war song, and it's not anti-war. It's not really anti-military. It just, I tried to pose a question. I don't know if I pose it as perfectly as I should have, but I think you'll get it. It's called Somebody's Boy. Somebody's boy, coming home wrapped in a flag. Somebody's pal, somebody's son, wrapped in a green body bag. Somebody's lover, somebody's son, somebody's life forever undone. If the reason, it better be sound for putting one more child under the ground. Somebody's girl, somebody's love, floating between life and death. She'll never wake up, she'll never dance, can't even draw her own breath. Peacekeeping mission alone in a Jeep, drove over a mine, the crater so deep. The match saved her life, that was all they could save. Now she just waits for the peace of the grave. Don't blame the ones in uniform, the people who stand in harm's way. If you have to blame someone, blame the suits who come up with wars. Knock off at 5, go home for the day. War in the desert, war in the hill, enemy hard to pin down. Collateral damage, visitors killed, makes the scene worse all around. We can't solve the ills of the other side of the earth, it's a big mistake to try. We can't clean young minds of the horrors they've seen, they'll carry them until they die. Memorial Day, open a cake, light up the grill, feel grand. Can you take the time to put your hand on your heart when the colors pass by where you stand? Some of us serve, most of us don't. Some of us sacrifice, most of us won't. This is America's new great divide. So few serve, so many get a free ride. Somebody's boy, somebody's boy.
Oh, that's a great song, Phil.
It is.
Really well done.
Thank you.
And if you don't know, Phil himself is a veteran. Where did you serve, Phil? When and where?
I kind of like that. I went over infantry in April of 1970. And when there was going to be a big push into Cambodia, but a couple of buddies and I hearing my own echo here. I don't know.
Yeah.
We wound up getting
What?
out. We had to take a walk one afternoon. Some old sergeant said, "Hey, where are you boys from?" We said, "Well, we're from Boston." He said, "Oh, I love Boston. I was at the old Boston Army base for a long time." The short of it was we did a 3 or 4 week clerical course, got sent out to different units in the first season, and I wound up being an RTO, which means radio telephone operator on the flight line at other bases, but mostly at Fouque Vin, which was the 1st Cav divisional headquarters. Got some incoming. 6 of my pilots died in crashes. When those Cobras go down, they're those little narrow helicopters bristling with rockets and things, and a pilot and co-pilot sitting right behind one another. So death wasn't far away. I was a very lucky guy. It still kind of boggles my mind. I did have about a 3-week assignment out in the field to a place called Firebase Nancy. I was radio relay for something that was going on. And a long time ago, May 24th, 1971 was the day I came home and got out of the Army all in one swell swoop. And I just realized that was the year that the government unilaterally decreed a nationwide Memorial Day on a particular date. And it was a week to the day after I got home. And I'm glad to say Memorial Day wasn't for me, because I pulled through. A lot of guys didn't. Most of my buddies over there, we got through. But I lost a lot of friends. North Weymouth, practically every working class town in Massachusetts sent a lot of guys, and a lot of them got killed. And North Weymouth was no exception. Anyway, I don't mean to take up the whole evening with that.
So I just have to jump in. Phil won't tell you, so I will. Phil was awarded the Bronze Star. I just want to throw that out there.
Thank you. Thank you, here's a song by John Stewart, which I think has a little relevance to Memorial Day, too. It's called Oldest Living Son. I believe it's on the Willard album, which I was dying to hear John Willard and Ian and Sylvia when I was in country, and somebody was kind enough to send me a big reel-to-reel tape with California Bloodlines, Willard, Ian and Sylvia's album, Play One More, and their Great Speckled Bird album. And I listened to that tape as much as I could. Anyway, here's Oldest Living Son. Sycamores grow in the long planted rows, out there to break the April wind. But the dust it rolls and blows in our eyes and in our clothes, till it's in our very souls, like the song about me and Jim. The back of my hand started looking like a man, way back when I was only 10. Still the lonesome in me cries like a little boy sometime. Can't you hear me scream when I come out screaming like the wind? Me and Jim getting thin. Fare thee well again. Fare thee well now, mama, I'm gonna take good care of him. Me and Jim getting thin, fare thee well again. There ain't nowhere to run for the oldest living son. Now our dad, he was a gentleman when we all worked at the store. The only time I ever heard him mad was when he talked about the war. 'Cause we lost a boy at Bellewood, and Pa never really understood what the medals from the president were for. Me and Jim getting thin. Fare thee well again. Fare thee well now, mama. Sleep well, I'll take good care of him. Me and Jim getting thin. Fare thee well again. There ain't nowhere to run for the oldest living son.
Well done,
Whoa,
sir.
good one.
Yep. Yo, huh?
Nice to be here with you all.
All right, we got Joanna Katzen coming up, and then we're going to the rodeo. We've got Cowboy Bob and Cowboy Rex next to each other. So we'll see how that goes. But right now, it is my honor and my pleasure to introduce Ms. Joanna Katzen.
Thank you. So I'm really into words, and sometimes being so into words, I find that I just don't have any. I was thinking about what songs to play tonight, and I thought maybe I'll write something new. Maybe I'll, I was looking through all the ones that I've written and all the ones that I know, and my decision was that sometimes somebody else says what you're feeling a lot better than you can, or at least than I can. So this is another one that needs no introduction, and I invite you all to pick up your guitars and sing the harmonies, sing along. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? How many times must the cannonballs fly before they are forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many years must a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Yes, and how many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. And how many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? How many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? Yes, and how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
All right.
You're right. They're well done. Yeah, nobody said it better than Dylan, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I sometimes I wonder if he's really human.
Yeah.
It definitely has a different kind of connection. Anyways, we keep talking about the events, the recent events, and I'm very proud of some politicians who have had the nerve to step forward, and instead of using euphemisms, they have, or talking about shootings and mass shootings and things like that, which really, in my opinion, don't drive it home enough. But there have been a few who have stepped up and called it what it is. What happened in Uvalde and what's happened in the past are their slaughters. Just somebody went in and slaughtered a bunch of people for no good reason. I am sort of taking this day, this weekend, to honor them as well. Not the shooters, obviously, but the people that we've lost. There is a word for children in our language who have lost their parents, but there's no word for parents who have lost their children. This next song is a song that is usually associated with the Holocaust, and I believe it was made, I don't know about famous, but popular by Joan Baez. I have taken the liberty of changing the last lines. This is Donna Donna. On a wagon bound for market, there's a calf with a mournful eye. High above him there's a swallow winging swiftly through the sky. How the winds are laughing, they laugh with all their might. Laugh and laugh the whole day through, and half the summer's night. Donna, 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 Donna. Stop complaining, said the farmer. Who told you a calf to be? Why don't you have wings to fly with, like the swallow so proud and free? How the winds are laughing, they laugh with all their might. Laugh and laugh the whole day through, and half the summer's night. Donna, 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 Donna. Calves are easily bound and slaughtered, never knowing the reason why. Some of those who treasured freedom were still too young to learn to fly. How the winds are laughing, they laugh with all their might. Laugh and laugh the whole day through, and half the summer's night. Donna, 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 Donna.
Joanna Casson, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joanna.
It's it is Cowboy Bob.
Everybody's
Quite a night.
It is quite a night, yes. Yep, powerful night.
Yep. It is, of course, a tornado of talent, vortex of virtuosity, and this guy coming up is no exception. Nice white shirt. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Cowboy Bob Uvello.
So, like all of you, was incredibly disturbed by the events of the week. As a songwriter, my first thought is always that I need to write something about this. And when the event itself happened, I thought, well, maybe I could. And then as the events played out and I learned about the 19 police officers standing in the hallway as 911 calls were being made, I thought my head might explode. And then when I saw Lindsey Graham's ugly effing face on TV saying that he couldn't possibly support a ban on assault weapons. Anyway, what I concluded was that the only thing that I could come up with that would express my feelings as a songwriter would be to let go of the long, anguished cry accompanied by a single minor chord being beaten over and over again on my guitar. And so I'll spare you that. But there are no words. There are words for this, however. I bring this song out a couple of times a year. Memorial Day and Veterans Day. This is the song of mine. It's called The Fallen. And I always find it difficult to write about huge subjects. And the way I do it is to personalize it. And this song tells 4 stories. I had lots of wars to choose from, but I chose World Wars I, II, Vietnam, and Afghanistan. The stories are actual stories. I did a lot of reading and found some personal accounts, and then I made up names intentionally to represent the different groups that make up this country. And as Phil mentioned, actually go and die for the country, even though the country doesn't recognize them, and oftentimes. So I'm going to clear my throat away from the microphone, then I'm going to sing The Fallen. My name is Billy Darby. I died in 1918, fighting in the spring offensive, Battle of Cantigny. I came from Kansas. It was my dream to one day be a farmer, till the rich black soil. But my blood mixed with the mud on the far-off fields of France. How I pray it was not in vain. No, the commander will not come to Arlington. Something about the wind and rain, soft wind sings a sad refrain as daylight breaks on the monuments at Arlington. My name is Sal Romano. I died in the year of 44. Stormed the shores of Normandy. It was the last sunrise I would ever know. I came from Brooklyn. It was my dream to one day be a tailor like my father in years before. But my blood turned the sea foam red on the rocky coast of Normandy. How I pray it was not in vain. No, the commander will not come to Arlington. Something about the wind and rain, the soft wind sings a sad refrain as darkness falls on the monuments at Arlington. My name's Jose Estrella. I died in 1966. Operation they called Marauder on the shores of the Mekong Delta. I came from California. It was my dream to one day be a father and an American. But my blood flowed into the waters of the mighty Mekong, mother of all rivers. Oh, I pray it was not in vain. Now the commander will not come to Arlington. Something about the wind and rain, a soft wind sings a sad refrain as moonlight shines on the monuments at Arlington. My name is Leroy Richmond. I died in the year of 2010. Left a roadside bomb south of Kandahar in a province that's known as Helmand. I came from Alabama. It was my dream to one day be a lawyer to defend my brothers. My blood mixed with the sand in a far-off land called Afghanistan. How I prayed it was not in vain. Now the commander will not come to Arlington. Something by the wind and rain, cold wind moans through the monuments at Arlington. The cold wind cries for the silent souls at Arlington.
Amazing song.
Oh, gotta be my favorite Bob song. It's, oh man.
Thank you. I forgot to mention before doing the song the reference to the commander not coming to Arlington. In 2018, Trump was in France and was invited by the French president to visit the American cemetery, and he declined because it was windy and rainy. And but of course he later, and then when he got back home, he didn't go to Arlington that year either. Excuse me. But actually, he elaborated on that, just in case people were thinking it was because he didn't want his orange dye to run down his face in the rain. He actually didn't go because, and this came out of his little round fish mouth, right there on, you can listen to it. He said they were a bunch of losers.
Bones for his act up.
Bunch of losers for going and dying for someone else's country, and yeah, so there you have it. I mean, he had his reasons. Okay, well, I gotta lighten this up a little bit. Man, it's one of my favorite songs. By my favorite singer-songwriter. There's a young man that I know, his age is 21. Comes from down in southern Colorado, just out of the service, looking for his fun someday soon. Going with him someday soon. My parents cannot stand it, 'cause he rides the rodeo. They say that he will leave me crying. I would follow him right down the toughest road I know someday soon. Going with him someday soon. When he comes to call, my boy ain't got one good word to say. I got a hunch he was just as wild in the early days. So, for you all the northern, run back to me. He's likely driving in from California. Loves his damned old rodeos as much as he loves me. Someday soon, going with him someday soon. When he comes to call, my mind got one good word to say. Got a hunch he was just as wild in the early days. Oh, you all the northern, run back to me. Likely driving in from California. Loves his damned old rodeos as much as he loves me. Someday soon, going with him someday soon. Someday soon, going with him someday soon.
Nice.
Great song.
Well done.
Very well done.
Thank you.
Cowboy Bob, you bellow.
Thank you.
Bob,
Thanks.
I checked it out and I found that thing about Dan Quayle in Latin America. It's a true story. That he wished he'd studied Latin in high school so that he could better communicate with our neighbors in Latin America.
Yeah, well, you can't make that stuff up.
And he also said Republicans understand the importance of bondage between parents and children.
Right. Sure they do.
Poor guy.
Oh,
Potato, potato, potato.
oh, thank you for sharing that.
Yes,
Oh,
thank
man.
you. That's-
And now he is so benign.
Yes,
Oh.
good point. Good point. I wish we had an idiot like him instead of the idiots we got.
Well, Cowboy Rex is next,
Cowboy Rex.
and he will be followed by the Snake and then Sherman Venmo Whipple.
And Ivy stayed up just to hear her friend
That's
Cowboy
right.
Rex.
Look, Ivy.
She's right here.
See? Yeah, that's Cowboy. Yep. Put them together, please, folks, for Cowboy Rex.
I have a couple of remembering songs. They kind of fit in. I'm going to get rid of this. I don't want to look at myself.
Vocal volume up.
What's that?
Vocal volume has to go up, I think.
Yeah, do
I
a
don't
sound
think-
check before
I
you
kind
start.
of doubt
'cause
it.
you're
It
soft.
should be okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet it's probably fine. Let me see. This is what it would sound like. If you're gonna sing, it'll be like this. Is that all right?
I think a bit more, but whatever you think.
You want more?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so here
Better.
we go.
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
Couple of remembering songs. This one is about my friend. It ain't right the way I feel, like the driver's sleeping at the wheel. Nothing seems exactly real since you went away. It ain't good, it ain't bad, it ain't happy, it ain't sad. I just don't like this feeling I've had since you went away. My friends are knocking down my door, don't recognize them anymore. Why they used to love me, now they're sore 'cause I don't want to play. Black is white, dark is light, somehow my days turned into night. And I can't tell what's wrong or right since you went away. Sparrows are chirping on the grass, bullfrogs croaking on their pads, but every song just seems so sad since you went away. And this old world keeps chugging on, doesn't seem to know you're gone, and silent shadows curse the dawn since you went away. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now my world is gone from you. I can't tell what's old or new or what is here to stay. Guess I'll just keep keeping on, maybe sing this little song. Like a prayer my life hangs on since you went away. Well, it ain't right the way I feel, like the driver's sleeping at the wheel. Nothing seems exactly real since you went away.
Pretty.
Wow, very nice.
Thank you. Deep in the twilight, she sits all alone, and she's lonely. The lights are all out, the laughter of the children is gone. That's when she takes from her tattered, torn heart a raggedy memory of a time she was loved, bringing tears to a blue button eye. She's just a Raggedy Ann, waiting for a Raggedy Andy. Not much more than a toy, played with but seldom loved. she's just left on a shelf, feeling as ragged as can be, waiting for someone to share in a raggedy love. Well, she remembers the way that he smiled when he said she was lovely, and the way that he held her that made all her cares fade away. But she tries hard to forget how ragged he looked when he told her how he hated to leave, how he wished that somehow he could stay. And she's remembering a time when loving had made her feel shiny and new. But now she's all alone, wondering if she'll spend her whole life through just a raggedy, just a raggedy Ann, waiting for a raggedy Andy. Not much more than a toy, played with but seldom loved. She's just left on a shelf, feeling as ragged as can be, waiting for someone to share in a raggedy love. She's just a raggedy Ann. She's just a raggedy Ann.
Like that?
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Two beautiful songs by a beautiful man. Cowboy Rex.
That's beautiful. Both of them. Beautiful songs. Beautifully done.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, my man. All right, we're going to go next to the Snake and Sherman and Rich. But before we do that, let's talk about next week, because it's slim pickings as far as what day. It could be Chocolate Ice Cream Day, Cheese Day, Donut Day, or Hug Your Cat Day. So I think what we're going to do is ask for some suggestions from you folks to come up with something better than any of those things. Anybody?
They all sound perfect to me.
John would make one song out of all of them.
That's true. He could. Yeah, he might. Yeah.
Well,
If you do Hug Your Cat Day, you're going to have like Bandage Day or Iodine Day or something like that.
All right. Well, think about it. We'll come back to that.
If you come up with a great suggestion, just put it in the chat for now.
Yeah. Usually Marianne has some sort of suggestion.
Yeah, she's always good for some suggestions.
But then she doesn't show up on the week that she.
That's right. Good point. All right.
Wow.
I'm a snake.
Okay. All right. I've known this guy for well over a half a century. I still love him. And I know you do too. Put your hands together for the Snake.
Good evening, everybody. I'm going to revive a couple of Trump-era protest songs. The events that actually inspired the writing of these songs are somewhat in the rearview mirror, but the causes of them are still there, and the apologists are still there, and the complacency and apathy of the public is still there. These people are consummate evil and must be stopped, whatever it takes. This first song was written by our friend from Dedham, Tom Smith. It was inspired by the death of George Floyd and others, and by Trump's obscene demonstration when he had the protesters by the cathedral gassed and then marched across for a photo op. This is called Made for TV. TV setting, campaign photo op, dominate the battle space with Bible as a prop, Bible as a prop, Bible as a prop, dominate the battle space with Bible as a prop. You say that we're all equal in the eyes of the law. If you're not white, you could lose your life. The odds are 4 times more. The odds are 4 times more. The odds are 4 times more. If you're not white, you could lose your life. The odds are 4 times more. Pull the trigger, the one that caused his death. You're the one who loaded the gun, and I know you wrote the check. You wrote the check. I know you wrote the check. You're the one who loaded the gun and you wrote the goddamn check. You say you would be pleased, everybody knows his name. Ask his wife, would you trade his life for the headline and the fame? Headline and the fame, headline and the fame. Ask his wife, would you trade his life for the headline and the fame? Taken in the streets and in their homes. Underneath destiny we accept part of that we own. Part of that we own. Underneath that so we accept part of that.
Wow.
That's truth.
Yeah.
This other one addresses several issues, all of which still exist, and particularly point out apathy and complacency as the reasons why we're still here. It was written by my friend Bob Chabot from Florence, Massachusetts. Did you see Mrs. Johnson? Did you see? Were you watching when in protest a black man took a knee? Did you let the great deceiver tell you what your thoughts should be? Did you see, Mrs. Johnson? Did you see? Were you there, Mrs. Johnson? Were you there when those kids died in their classrooms? Did you send your thoughts in prayer? Did you talk about amendments as the town lay in despair? Were you there, Mrs. Johnson? Were you there? Did you know, Mrs. Johnson? Did you know the earth is getting warmer? It's now begun to show, and our children and grandchildren will have nowhere else to go. Did you know, Mrs. Johnson? Did you know? Did you hear, Mrs. Johnson? Did you hear? Kids are dying at the border, separated and in fear. Will you ever think about them? Is that not your kind of tear? Did you hear, Mrs. Johnson? Did you Did you fall, Mrs. Johnson? Did you fall? Will you get down on your knees and beg forgiveness for it all? Did you ever think to ask yourself, would Jesus build a wall? Mrs. Johnson, did you fall?
That is a beautiful song.
Yeah.
That's Eric, the Snake, Gullickson.
Yeah.
I said maybe you'd play that song about all the good things that that Donald Trump has done.
Whoops, he just did.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, we got anyway. Thanks, Snake. We got a non-violence day, but I am depressed after tonight, and I was hoping for something a little less depressing for next week, so maybe we can put that off. And next week, Joanna suggested Anything Goes Day. In olden days, a hint of stalking was looked on as something shocking, but nowadays, what do you think? Yay, nay, yeah? All right, next
like
week,
it.
yeah, let's do
Good.
Anything Goes.
Yeah.
All right. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Sherman Whipple.
Yay, Sherman.
Thank you. So I was going to do another song, but John McHugh sort of suggested this one. And in watching the coverage of Texas, all the different colored hats worn by the police and sheriffs, and so I'm going to start out with white hats, black hats. It was the song that my late friend Harry Chapin helped me polish. Mama, read this letter. It's from your loving son. Remember when I played cowboys, how the good guys always won. With the wooden 6-gun in my hand, a white hat on my head. And every night before my prayers, I shoot them bad guys dead. A white hat, a black hat, life was once that way. But now I'm all grown up, the colors mixed to gray. Then the army called me to serve my country's need. And they said by killing commies, a people could be free. With an M1 carbine in my hand, green steel on my head. And every night before my prayers, I shoot them bad guys dead. A white hat, a black hat, life was once that way. But now I'm all grown up, the colors mixed to gray. Came back home a hero, a bronze star on my chest. The police department hired me. I worked hard, I did my best. With the real 6-gun in my hand, a blue hat on my head. And every night before my prayers, I shoot them bad guys dead. But now I see my children playing cowboys in the sun. I remember those simple values. Lord, I wish that I were one. With a wooden 6-gun in my hand, a white hat on my head. And every night before my prayers, I shoot them bad guys dead.
Great song.
Song. Wow.
One of my favorites. One of my favorite Sharon songs.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon.
And now, in honor of Memorial Day, and I was expecting somebody to sing it earlier, but no one has, a song by Pete Seeger and another guy who finished it off, made it around. Where have all the flowers gone? Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls picked 'em, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young girls gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young girls gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young girls gone? Gone the young men, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young men gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young men gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young men gone? Gone for soldiers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the soldiers gone? Gone to graveyards, everyone. When will we ever learn? When will we ever learn? And where have all the graveyards gone? Long time passing. Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time ago. Where have all the graveyards gone? Gone the flowers, everyone. When will we ever learn? When will we ever learn? And where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
No, puppy. No.
Stands the test of time. Sherman Whipple, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Sherman.
Thank you, man. Oh, jeez. All right, we got Rich Barrett coming up, and then Jerry, and then Freddie, and Rich. Ah, he's back.
There he is
back
with
home with the
hookah smoking caterpillar.
Smoking caterpillar. That's right. Yeah.
Just remember what the dormouse said. Feed your head.
That's right.
Yes.
And we do. Ladies and germs, it's Rich Barrett.
But who wrote this? Ira Hayes. Come gather around me, people. There's a story I'd like to tell about a brave young Indian you should remember well. From the land of Pima Indians, this proud and noble band farmed the Phoenix Valley down in Arizona land. Down the ditches for 1,000 years, the mighty waters rushed till the white man stole the water rights and all those rushing waters hushed. Now Ira's folks grow hungry and their land grows crops of weeds. When war came, Ira volunteered and forgot the white man's greed. Call him drunken Ira Hayes. He won't answer anymore. Not the whiskey drinking Indian or the Marine that went to war. There they battled up Iwo Jima Hill, 250 men. Only 27 lived to walk back down again. And when the fight was over, no glory raised. Among the men who held her high was the Indian Ira Hayes. Oh, them drunken Ira Hayes, he won't answer anymore. Not the whiskey drinking Indian, the Marine that went to war. Ira returned a hero. He was celebrated throughout the land. He was wined and speeched and honored. Everybody shook his hand. But he was just a Pima Indian. No water, no home, no chance. At home, nobody cared what Ira had done. But when did the Indians dance? Call him drunken Ira Hayes. He won't answer anymore. Not the whiskey drinking Indian or the Marine that went to war. Then Ira started drinking hard. Jail was often his home. They let him raise the flag and lower it, like you'd throw a dog a bone. He died drunk early one morning. All alone in this land he fought to save. 2 inches of water in a lonely ditch was a grave for Ira Hayes. Call him drunken Ira Hayes. He won't answer anymore. Not the whiskey drinking Indian, the Marine that went to war. Yeah, I call him drunken Ira Hayes, but his land is just as dry, and his ghost is lying thirsty in the ditch where Ira died. Call him drunken Ira Hayes. He won't answer anymore. Not the whiskey drinking Indian or the Marine that went to war.
Yeah, of course, Peter Lafarge wrote that.
Peter Lafarge, that's
great. Great version, man.
Yeah, really good. Good.
Now, I've done this song before. It's a Harry Chapin song. Unfortunately, I don't have the harmonica, but I had the privilege of watching him and listening to him play this live one night. It's one of my favorite songs. Although I don't think Harry wrote anything that you could call not your favorite song. This is Mail Order Annie. And it's one of these songs that I think highlight how great a storyteller Harry was. And this one is one, if you close your eyes, hopefully I'll be able to paint the picture. It's all about a man that had land, but no wife. First I did not think it could be you, but you're the only one that got off the train. So you must be my wife, Miss Annie Halsey. Yes, I must be your husband. Yes, I'm Harry Crane. Mail order Annie, never mind you crying. Your tears are sweet rain in my empty life. Mail order Annie, can't you see I'm trying to tell you that I'm glad you're here? You are the woman who's come to be my wife. You know you're not as pretty as I dreamed you'd be, but then I'm not no handsome fancy Dan. And out here looks really not important, no. It's what's inside a woman when she's up against the land. Mail order Annie, never mind you crying. Your tears are sweet rain in my empty life.
Mail order Annie, can't you see I'm trying to tell you that I'm glad you're here? You are the woman who's come to be my wife. You know it's not no easy life you're entering. The winter wind comes whistling through the cracks there in the sod. You know you'll never have too many neighbors. There's you, babe, there's me, and there's God. You know I'm just a dirt man from the North Dakota plain. You're one girl from the city who's thrown out on her own. And I'm standing here not sure what to say to you. Except in mail order Annie lets you and me go home. Mail order Annie, never mind you crying. Your tears are sweet rain in my empty life. Mail order Annie, can't you see I'm trying to tell you that I'm glad you're here? You are the woman who's come to be my wife.
Rich Barrett, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, with the harmonica, but I can't find my guitar.
Good stuff.
Really good.
Good
song.
stuff.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, thank you, Rich.
All right. And I hope you're hungry, sisters and brothers, because we've got some more fresh meat. There he is right there. All right. Give it up. Let's hear it big for Jerry Corribo.
Yes, correct.
Corribo.
Well, I'm going to do a couple of tunes for you. It's preaching to the choir. I don't need to do anything political or even whatever, since everybody on here is in agreement. So this is an old tune I first heard done by Dave Van Ronk. The old folkies would recognize that name, but the tune was first written by Walter Davis back in 1940 and later recorded by Lightnin' Hopkins. So. Hey, come back, baby. Mama, please don't go. 'Cause the way I love you, you'll never know. Come back, baby, let's talk it over one more time. I love you, baby. Tell the world I do. I don't want nobody else but you. Come back, baby, let's talk it over one more time. Well, I admit it, I was wrong, but don't you know, baby, you've been gone way too long. Come back, baby, let's talk it over one more time. Long, long train, mean old engineer took my baby, left me standing here. Come back, baby, let's talk it over one more time.
If I could holler like a mountain jack, I'd go up on the mountain, call my baby back. Come back, baby, let's talk it over one more time. Play the blues once. Now one of these days, and it won't be long, you're gonna miss me, baby, but I'll be gone. So come back, baby, let's talk it over one more time. Come back, baby, mama, mama, please don't go, 'cause the way I love you, you never know. Come back, baby, let's talk it over. Oh, come back, baby, please, let's talk it over. Come back, baby, let's talk it over one more time.
Yeah! Thank you for that. I got out of my funk. Yeah.
All right, I'll play a tune for you. Before, people were talking about their kids and how old their kids were, and it put me in mind of the fact that I wrote this tune when my kids were small. I have two daughters. They're 39 and 37 now, and yeah, it's close. They're 39 and 37, and I've got 5 grandkids. So the tune now applies to my wife. It originally applied to my mother. It's got a chorus. I'll teach you the chorus. It's very simple. It goes like this. Grandma, she's my grandma. She's grandma and she's also my best friend. Grandma, she's my grandma. I get to see her all the time, but I can't wait to see Grandma again. That's your part. So every time it comes around, you sing that part. And I can tell if you're really just moving your lips. I can tell. I've been at this a long time, you know, so. Hold on. Who's the one who buys me toys, doesn't care if I make noise, and holds my hand to cross the street and makes delicious things to eat? Who's the one who thinks I'm great and smart and lets me stay up late and hugs me when I'm feeling bad and kisses me and makes me glad? Here's your part. Grandma, she's my grandma. She's grandma and she's also my best friend. Grandma, she's my grandma. I get to see her all the time, but I can't wait to see Grandma again. You sound great. Who can smile just like the sun, make your homework seem like fun, and understands the things you do, and loves you just because you're you? Who's a mom to mom or dad, the best friend Grandpa ever had, who'll read to you a storybook, or give a hug, or wink, or look? Grandma, she's my grandma. She's grandma and she's also my best friend. Grandma, she's my grandma. I get to see her all the time, but I can't wait to see Grandma again. Take it, band. who hangs up all the things I draw on her refrigerator door and laughs at all my silly jokes, lets me eat eggs without the yolks, who brags about me to her friends, whose caring never ever ends. She's holidays and birthdays too. Hope you know how I love you, Grandma. She's my grandma. She's grandma and she's also my best friend. Grandma, she's my grandma. I get to see her all the time, but I can't wait to see Grandma again. Grandma, she's my grandma. She's grandma and she's also my best friend. Grandma, she's my grandma. I get to see her all the time, but I can't wait to see Grandma again. Yeah, I get to see her all the time, but I can't wait to see Grandma again.
There's some
that's
old-timey
sweet.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jerry Curbo, thank you so much.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Oh, you lifted me right up.
Yeah.
And
Hi, Grandma.
yeah, we hope to see you again, Jerry. Please don't be a stranger.
Thank you. I'm going to run because I got to go pick up my wife at the airport. So I will.
Ooh, okay, drive carefully.
Thanks for hanging
Okay.
All right.
All right.
That was a good tune. I like that.
Yeah,
me
I
too,
know.
man. Both those
that
are
was
good
sweet.
songs.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember seeing Dave Van Ronk at the Turk's Head on Charles Street many, many years ago. And his place was so small. I was sitting at the front table, and I could smell him.
Was he
Yep.
rank?
A little bit. He'd been drinking and stuff, you know. So, yeah.
Bathing wasn't a priority.
Yep.
Right.
All right. And now we are coming to the bitter end, to the bittersweet end. Oh, look at this guy. Yeah, he's getting good in the back, man. Uh, uh,
What happened? Flashback to the 70s?
yeah, yeah. And folks, this here guy is the founder and director of the Freddie K. Christian Action Fellowship, and he takes care of people. He ministers to people with problems that everyone else has given up on, and he does it for free. And the man has a great heart and a great mind. And join me in welcoming back Freddie K.
Great job, everyone, tonight. I don't know what we decided on for next week. Anything goes. Flowers. Flowers and sunshine. Okay. Let's see. Memorial Day. I'm gonna do a little bit, a little tip on my hat to the opioid fentanyl crisis, which we seem to be losing about 100,000 people a year. And I, like anything else, there's no easy answer. You get events like this week, and it's not just the event, but the decay in the mentality of heroism instead of heroin. I mean, lack of heroism leads to more heroinism. It's like, from what I understand, a mother breached the police's orders and ran in that building and got her 2 kids out. Well, they sat and waited an hour to figure out what they were going to do. I don't know. I know a friend of mine back in '86, I think it was '86, ran into a burning building. He knew there were children in there, and he ran in to save them. He never came out. But he went, but he tried. He tried. And I'm sure there's people that would have ran into that building unarmed to try to save those kids. I know I would have. Well, I don't know. So it's any wonder the world's so whacked up. Like I said, where is the common sense? Never mind heroism, just common sense. It's children in trouble. You run and you help them. If 4 cops and 2 of them are going to die, so be it. That's why you're a cop, to save the people. So, but they make outlaws out of us all. We wake up in the morning trying to figure out how we can make a tax-free buck to try to make ends meet. Anyways, this is a little on the opiate crisis, opiate road. Like to think he was mine, even if it's only temporarily. Like to think he was mine, even if it's not reality. I could think of it as love, even if it's just a one-way street. I like to think that I can win you over, but that quarter finger's got it way over me. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. On Opiate Road. It's just a ride. It's just a ride. Ride. Oh, it's just a ride. Just a ride. To the center of the pain. Tonight you don't need no tickets. Tonight you're gonna drive that train. Just a ride. Just a ride. To the center of the pain. Tonight you don't need no tickets. 'Cause tonight you're gonna drive that train. Take you out in the sunshine or in the pouring rain. Take you to a movie or a ball game, but you're hiding there in the shadows with your needle and your spoon. No, you can be meeting Jesus. Meet him real. It's just a ride. I didn't think it was mine, but it was only temporarily. I didn't think it was mine, even if it's not reality. I can think of it as love, even if it's just a one-way street. I like to think that I can win you over, man, but that fucking heroin's going way over me. I like to take you out in the sunshine or in the pouring rain. Take you to a movie or a ball game, but you're hiding there in the shadows with your needle and your spoon, knowing you could be meeting Jesus. Meeting him real fucking soon. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. On Opiate Road. It's just a ride. It's just a ride. It's just a ride. It's just a ride. Just a ride. the center of the pain. And tonight, you don't need no ticket. 'Cause tonight, you gotta drive that train.
Yeah, babe.
Okay. I came across the song earlier and then I rejected it and then I recanted it back to life. So I thought this might pick it up a skosh, anyways. Song's called, what is it called? A Little More Love. The world needs just 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 a little more love. Oh, the world needs. Oh, the world needs. Oh, the world needs. A lot more love. Oh, the world needs just a little more time. Oh, the world needs just a little more time. Oh, the world needs just a little more time. Oh, the world needs just a little more time. Oh, the world needs. Oh, the world needs. Oh, the world may not have much more time. What does a guy like me know anyway? Just get down on my knees and pray. Say, what does a guy like me know anyway? I just need God, Jesus, for help every day. Shit, what does a guy like me know anyway? I just need the God, Jesus, for help, forgiveness every day. The world needs just a little more love. 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 The world needs. The world needs. The world needs. A lot more love. And the world needs just a little more time. And the world needs just a little more time. And the world needs just a little more time. And the world needs just a little more time. And the world needs. And the world needs. But the world may not have. Much more time. Oh.
Yeah.
Freddie, you're a prophet. Love you.
More time.
Mwah.
Freddie
Love you,
K.
Freddie. You're a prophet. You're great.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, we're seeing all these going, and you guys, it's such a beautiful family, and it makes me feel warm inside. It makes me cry, but it makes me, subjects like this make me cry. But you fill my heart with love and gratitude, And I want to thank you. I want to thank you, Freddie and Jerry and Rich and Sherman and Snake and Cowboy and Bob and Joanna and Philip and myself and Jade and Marianne and Angela and Tom and Dan and Michelle and Pat and Mike and John and all you little legumes in the peanut gallery and all you little tubers out in YouTube land. And next week let's say it's anything goes, and that means it can be about chocolate ice cream or cheese or donuts or your cat or nonviolence. Anything goes, and I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, we'll see you all again next week. And as the Lakota say, mitakuye oyasi. We are all related. And wakantan kanishiyun. May the Great Spirit walk with you.
Thank you, Stephen.
Don't forget WATD tomorrow night, Stephen and John Oliver.
Oh, yeah. Call in.
Call in. Make fun of them.
Yeah. That's right.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Joanna.
Joanna.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night,
Much
all.
love.
Have a great
Night,
night.
all.
Night, everyone.